Hello and welcome to another edition of the Stench of Truth, and I'm going to bring you guys outside again today during daylight hours so I can show you the progress that I've made here on the porch and show you exactly what it looks like and what work has been done here. Also, as I'm showing you the various bits and pieces here, I'll also tell you what was here before this was put in. And this has been a months-long project for me. I did all of the work myself with hand tools and a drill. I did use a jackhammer for one day, but that was kind of counterproductive. It took too long, and ended up using a sledgehammer to bust up the remaining concrete. So let's have a look and see what everything is, and I'll tell you exactly, the transformation of what's going on. Okay, so let's have a look. This is the retaining wall. Okay, prior to the retaining wall going in, there was an amalgam concrete wall here, which and it was a horrible, stinking mess, really. It had been covered over with some kind of concrete surfacing material to make it look like it was all of one piece, but in actual fact it wasn't. And there was a giant crack about right in this area right here. And I did get some water in my basement from time to time. When I started chipping away at it and realized there was big giant cracks all through it, I knew it had to go. The only problem was, it was solid concrete with embedded concrete blocks and bricks that someone just poured concrete right over top of them and crudely formed into a semi-level structure, which was much lower level than this particular wall is. Okay, but that was one of the worst projects, actually removing that. Over here, not so bad with this wall. This wall over here, there was no wall. There was only about a foot high sort of concrete divider still that had to be broken up and taken out. So now the porch posts are wood, and the prior ones were wrought iron, and they were in pretty bad shape. And so here's the other post right here. Now, prior to the deck, which is and over here, this retaining wall on the side, there was nothing there before. The grass just went up right on the other side of the concrete slab that was here prior to my removing it. What's on top there, the bricks and the other assorted stuff, is just extras that I have to get rid of. So this wall was completely new. Of course, there was some sort of concrete structure underground there that I have no idea what the purpose of it was, that I had to bust up in order to put this wall in. And anyway, on to the actual porch itself. This is composite decking material, and I was able to get this in 16-foot lengths, which means that all of the pieces on the porch itself are one length, all the way from one side to the other. And all I had to do is merely cut off the ends on this side. Now, you may wonder why I have the boards going different ways, but maybe you don't. In any case, where the edge of the porch is here, that's where the porch transitions from being under the roof to being open to the sky. And I put the decking material in this direction so that water would more easily flow when it rains. So the actual sidewalk is a step up. So I constructed another level right here, and then put this drain in. Now what's going to happen eventually is that I'm going to put a concrete walkway out here, and it will be level with the drain. And because I have stone that runs all the way up the against the retaining wall here, that's completely filled in with stone back there. Any water that would collect there won't even make its way down here, but what does, we'll have a place to go rather than laying against the wood of the actual deck itself. Now over here, the gutter downspout was originally some ridiculous concoction with flexi hose, and it just went straight down into the ground, which of course put it right next to the corner of the house. Now what I did here is I got some PVC pipe and made a receptacle there for the downspout to go in, and I have the pipe actually runs over to the side and out over on the other side of the steps. And I put some concrete down for a little like 4-inch step there, because this distance between the step and the deck was too large, and there was also gravel and whatnot in there, so I had to put that concrete in there. So and that should be just about dry. So yeah, the slab that was here before was broken, and it was broke like around in this area right here, and it was a real bitch to get out, because this section over here was like 8 inches thick, and if you ever tried to bust up 8 inches of concrete, you'll know that it is a really horrible task. Now this part over here was a relative breeze to take out, because it was only about 3 inches thick, which is strange. I mean, I don't know how they put it together, but there you have it. So the porch is largely finished. I have to paint the posts and paint the actual roof and eaves and things of this nature. So that's where we have it. So there it is in the daylight for everybody to see. So anyway, let's go on into the house. So now you have seen the transformation of the porch, and a job well done. I feel really happy with the results of the job on the porch. Now, I wanted to make a few comments in light of what's going on with the Occupy Wall Street thing, and what's going on with all the various regular media and alternative media outlets which are trying to paint the protests in various light, which may or may not have any validity at all. And of course, the first thing that I will grant 100% is that any movement can be hijacked and in fact can be taken over by anybody that comes in. But to automatically label the protests themselves as being something like useful idiots or dolts for Obama or Soros or unions, which have virtually no power in this country anymore. So to ascribe to them some nefarious purpose or ability to, foster any kind of major change is just ludicrous. They have no power left. All we have now is corporations and Wall Street. Now, there have also been some people, most notably some person in Texas, which I will not name, who wants to label this all as left-wing and liberal. And of course, this guy also tries to have his cake and eat it too, and claim there is no left-wing, liberal, or right-wing, or conservative. That he denies on the one hand the left-right paradigm, but his entire website and machine is geared to attack the left that he denies exists. So he's trying to label this as a quote-unquote leftist, commie, George Soros movement, which is utterly fucking ludicrous. Okay, now, the other thing here that I want to illustrate okay, very clearly is a fact. Now he has also tried to point out that the real problem here is the is that people need to be focused on the Federal Reserve. Okay, I'm no fan of the Federal Reserve. Okay, and they've been a major player in what has happened since the destruction of the economy in 2008 with the mortgage meltdown and the economic downturn. But the fact of the matter is, despite conspiracy theories otherwise, or maybe even considering them to be true, really doesn't matter for the sake of this argument. The Federal Reserve is owned ostensibly by the member banks that make it up. Therefore, if the Federal Reserve makes a fucking decision to make a loan to somebody or to give money to some institution, do you think they're doing that independently of the corporations and banks that own them? I don't think so. So trying to turn the attention away from the banks on Wall Street, who are the principal movers and the principal cause of the entire economic fiasco that we're currently facing, is just utter fucking lunacy. You want to talk about the Federal Reserve? That's fine. Talk about the Federal Reserve. But when it comes to pointing the finger of blame and who the people are who are at the top, who make the fucking decisions, it's symbolized by Wall Street and the banks that are down there. That's a simple fact of fucking life. Now, can various groups and whatever come in there and try to hijack and turn this around and turn it into something else? Absolutely. I mean, you hear both sides of the non-existent left-right divide talking about the potential in this movement, whether they want to gauge it as bad or good. But one thing that I'm hearing a lot of by apologists for everything that has come and all of the things that have been done is what? That we shouldn't be looking back at the past and thinking to ourselves, hey, let's do something really radical here, guys. Let's hold the fucking criminals accountable. Let's go to Wall Street and say, look, you motherfucking piece of shit, asshole, cocksucking banks who are vampire leeches, sucking the very lifeblood out of the entire motherfucking world if we stand by and let you do it. You're going to be held criminally liable for every fucking fraudulent fucking thing that you ever fucking did to bring about the fucking depression that we're suffering right now. And I refuse to not look back and just let things slide and talk about the future. Because the future is bleak without having some accountability for all of the mess that we are currently in. And that's a fact too. So, yes, everything can be taken over, can be turned aside, can be ruined. Absolutely. But I believe in what these people are doing, and they're where they need to fucking be. And I don't care what anybody else has to say. And as far as all the Occupy every other city protests, way to go. Do it. Camp outside your local fucking branch of the national fucking bank that is fucking you and raping you, and who securitized your fucking mortgage, foreclosed on you with robo-signing, and threw you out in the fucking street, and now you're jobless too. All because of them. Them. They are the cause. They are the evil. It is them, it is them, it is them. If I could be down on Wall Street, I would be right in front of Goldman Sachs, pointing my finger saying, it's them, it's them, it's them. They're the ones. No one else. They're the ones to fucking blame. Period. End of fucking discussion. Thank you. Good night.